live in 3, 2, 1. Somebody check the Chicago. Someone check the focus. You good?
I'm good. I'm up.
All right.
The Chicago is live and the sound is live.
Check the focus.
That is.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I don't know
How that happened.
Yeah, they don't just
Banished to the Netherlands.
Hey, Shalom. We have brothers of the Great Millstone, the Great Church Chicago. And first and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rikakwadash.
double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers that's doing this work with sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Now I'm going to say the devil will be judges, tabernacle of David, and set up by who were fraudulently and falsely called JC, right, to be the new government over all people here on earth. Heaven will be here on earth, not floating around in the clouds. Right? And to the rest of the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, among the heathen nations, that have the appearance of the heathen nations. This is not a black thing, that's a false narrative that Esau Edom, and even some unlearned Israelites tried to push. And to the few learning, we say Shalom.
Okay.
And we're going in on the lineage of Eden and how the hateful spewing on their glory is so hurtful, so much exposure. The whole world is coming against them, literally. So it's funny because even, you know, if they manage to get complete lockdown on all American outlets, the rest of the world still going to be bombarded and spilling the beans on it. You know, the whole world is coming against them. And then I watched some story with some Moabite dude giving a whole breakdown of their religion. You know, the issues that they believe that by making the world hate them and come against them, which is completely contrary to the Bible, right? There's another thing about Israelites, they would have no power, they would have no support, they would have no voice, right? They would have no military, none of that, right? So these people don't fit the bill. So they're going by a whole nother belief system. Okay?
Like scripture says, next to Israel become not a people. Literally. Who else can say that? Who else can say that? They lost their heritage with them.
Exactly. They're the hidden ones. Right? They're the hidden ones. They're not going to be acknowledged as being the people until the Lord literally comes back. Because it says in the place where we said somebody,
I was on my way to get it right now.
look,
I got you.
because they're not going to be acknowledged until the return of the Lord. Right? And then the they even despise your JC. All they do is talk, even in their writings, they say horrible things about him and his mother. So the support of them is racial. You know, and then I was watching what's his name, and I can't think of his name, talking about how he was offended that he was being referred to as white, and then the Edomite that was interviewing him was like, well, you look just like me, I don't understand. But yeah,
Wow.
and there's no, you know, first of all, neither of you are white, you're both red. The Bible describes you as being red, and red has to do what? Red, it has to do with blood. It has to, matter of fact, in America, red is synonymous with stop, you know? So, which is a bad thing, right? The warning sign is red. There it is, man. And just to make everything very crystal clear, Japhet was a melanated brown complexion of people, swarthy people. There is not sets of white people. You'll have white Ashkenazi and then white Shemites. Because the truth of the matter is, those people that are, those those name stealers is the Moabites, the Chinese call. Those name stealers, somebody can pull that up too. Those name stealers who claim to be the people of the Lord, they are Semites, or they are Shemites. Really no such thing as Shem. I mean, it's Sem, Salah. There's no such thing as Shem. That's another word that they made up. So they use the word Sem to hijack and replace Israelites, and they use the word, that J-ish word, to hijack and replace the word Israel and Israelites. Okay, brother.
This is Hosea 1:9. Then said the Most High, call his name Lo Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Which means what? We lost our heritage. Yasharallah is being Prince of Power, basically sons of God. So if the Lord has said, well, I'm God, not my people, then we lost the title of Yasharallah. We became Gentile, the simply means nation. We became like everybody else. That's another part of the nation.
That goes to Psalms 82, and when it says, at 6, he said, I have said ye are gods, and all ye are children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. So the Lord stripped us of our power. He says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured, nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
So the place where we had our heritage beat out of us. When I say us, I don't mean just niggas. Motherfuckers, see, the Latin community is so fucking warped, they Spaniards. Like, you forgot the Spaniards came, put both their feet up your ass like a drop kick. All right, forced Spanish upon you, took away your heritage, just like the British came, took us.
They raped your women.
Yep.
And they had a whole system of lighting you up, taking away your brown complexion.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. And then same thing with niggas. The Brits came, took us, brought us over here, beat our heritage out of us, taught us English. Same thing, different language. Hindi was French. All right, it's all the same. All right, it's all the fucking same. We lost our heritage, man. But now we saying, now we're getting told we got the sons of God. That didn't happen to the Jewish. They supposedly was attacked for being Jewish, knowing their heritage. They then got land off of fucking the sand of a pig. Scriptures don't say either of those things. All right, and also when did let's say that event happened like they say it happened. When did they get oppressed with the other 9 tribes, man?
Exactly.
What was the other 9 tribes at in the fucking furnaces, man?
Let's say Jay is brother.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Just say Jay is.
I got such gold in the slot. What was the other 9 tribes? It happened, man. The Bible said we were pressed together in Babylon. All right? And Revelation tells us Babylon is the place called spiritual evil. So what we got to take it to a slave. Y'all niggas are watching it, man.
That's right, the
Bastard.
Yeah. Hey, somebody turn the arrow on, repost that door. This is 7 and 8. Ephraim hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned.
Yeah, you fucking Northern Kingdom, Latino, y'all love Esau. You said they sent church to the murderer. And what does that mean? Y'all think it's a prize, especially the women, but the men too, to lay with these damn Ephraimites and lighten up the fucking generation.
But they fell for the okie doke. Like I said, there was a whole system that they put in place. I had a couple different names. Yeah, there you go. Lightening up the race. So the whole system where they were bringing in Spaniards and European men to lie with Israelite women to continue. Because there's a picture of an old, dark ass chocolate grandma, all happy. As my grandbaby was like. Because my daughter was a little bit lighter than her, still brown. Then the baby was looking like an Edomite. That's what she wanted. She smiled. So, because what's that saying that the Israelites said, the better the race?
Yeah, all Latinos say it. Yeah. Well, that's better the race.
Right, so better the race. Right, so that's why. So that's you also you hear George Lopez tell his people don't let your daughters lie with black people. Let them lie with white. Better the race. Let them lie with white people.
Yeah, and they
just destroy the race.
Well, that same Christian Catholicism and Christianity will have them eating food like dogs in ice center. So whatever, man. This is what they want to follow. This one have to cover it, man. That's why he's shaming y'all. And basically, this is what happened to you. This separation of family is based on Christianity and Catholicism, all right? So you can think the white man. That's why. If you have him as a God, this is the power that he has over you.
and that's even exhibited today, even on their own TV networks and whatnot. That like the Telemundos and stuff like that. They push the light skin. They don't even want to deal with the darker.
Yeah, you rarely see anyone dark, Northern Kingdom on those shows. And if they do, they just in the background.
Right.
They have a very low position in the show.
Well, they show you the same thing that happens here in America with the casting couch happens in Mexico, and they basically have a catalog. So
Right.
everything that is done here, the executives took that and went down and did it in Mexico.
Same thing.
And says they're the same people in Dominion, except going by so-called Mexicans, right? Or
Right.
so-called, those are still the descendants that God says are from Spain.
Ain't the bitch, the president bitch, the Jewish?
Yes.
They got, and them Mexicans love that bitch. Y'all gotta.
I got this up.
Bring it out.
It's Matthew 13:24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way.
Esau did this across the globe, and they actually Esau themselves, according to this history, they did it with the Aborigines. That's it. Aborigines, like they don't have Aborigines. This protection of them going and white. I hate saying white man, but black and phrase white men and race up. They do this even today. They got a modern term for it. They talk about squirrel babies. All right, Esau pushes that shit.
Yeah, he did it in Australia big time. That's what he's speaking about. Aborigines.
In Japan, they have
Who are actually Japhetic people.
Yeah.
Well, those are real Japhites, right? Those were some of your pigs, Right. Exactly. And he did horrible things to those people. Right? He really did. And that whole he lightened them up, raped them, and took the children home in schools, and And then, that's what he did, trying to make exotic. Then they would have the Morehouse and things like that, because they really love the light-skinned Negro women, and the light-skinned heathen women that still have the features of the ethnic people, but have the lighter skin. That was very favorable. There was a movie that came out some years ago with James Earl Jones called Feast of the Saints. Yeah, I remember that. And that was a pretty good movie. It's a hard movie to watch, because everything we're talking about is displayed here, and how they purposely take that yellow Negro woman, that big booty, big titty, yellow light skinned Negro woman, and they were the main ones they put in the poorhouses, because all the slave owners and the tribals, that's what they used to use to entertain the tribal business, right? They call it and they were all Christians, by the way.
Right.
These were all Christian men and Christian people that did this. And show them on. Show you that.
Quick scene in I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Taboo. It's with Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
And there's a quick scene that he's dealing with basically mistress of the house.
Yeah.
And she actually had a daughter, the so-called mix, right? And the daughter was her age. He's like, he basically made a point saying, why? I forgot exactly what was on the scene, but he mentioned why isn't she, out there with you?
But the rest of them.
She could make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? She'll make a lot of money. She had light features and all.
Yeah, right. She's got these Negro woman body, with these Edomite features. And that's kind of that was a hot commodity, and it still is.
Yep.
Especially in Brazil.
It still is.
And matter of fact, when the Brazilian jiu-jitsu tournament, we had a whole bunch of people from Brazil, and I saw people speaking Portuguese. And I turned around and looked, and he looked straight up like I'm talking about behind hair, blue eyes, and he got the cauliflower ears. It's like, and he just like, with Jake, Jake. We done mixed and blended because all the people, they were coming up to me, was like, I said you got Portuguese.
Yeah.
And I think that I speak Portuguese like I'm one of them. I'm like, no, nigga, I'm from the so like, but that's it. But Brazil encompasses and north. Brazil encompasses the north and the south, northern and southern tribes.
I mean, you look at Anderson Silk, the whole world knows who he is.
Yes.
If Anderson didn't open his mouth, you would think he was just another Negro walking down the street. Same thing with what's my other man, Yoel Romero, right? In the Monesserite. If it's not until Yoel opens his mouth and she's like, damn, this nigga, right? This is when you one of them type things, right? So, but looking at him, if he was standing around with a bunch of dudes from Inglewood, you wouldn't like that. Look at that swole ass nigga over there with all the niggas.
Right.
That's it. Right.
Yeah, man. It's just like that.
He the only one that ain't got dreads.
Right.
Swole as hell. He eating good. What's this nigga?
It's like.
Go ahead.
Were you finished with that, Shikari?
Yeah, no,
The high was going to bring this up.
Go ahead. It's Jeremiah 12:9. My inheritance is unto me as a second third.
There it is. Respect the word, man. And all these systems that we're speaking about before Yah goes into what he's got, it all can be traced back to Esau Edom. And that can be traced back to Amalek. Because Amalek has always been running the show. Who do you think was behind the slave trade? Who was behind it?
Right. Hey,
The other Edomites have always been in line behind Amalek, right?
And they slave march for clothes, the so-called you wish you were us
J-ish holidays. On J-ish holidays, all the slave marches were closed. They weren't closed on Christian holidays, but on J-ish holidays. All right, so that in turn in itself is a
Telltale.
It's an evidence. That word speckled bird, if you look at, if you go to Google speckled bird, it's a bird with variegated multicolors. And that's the Lord saying we were all, matter of fact, all creation. It's all varied colors of dark brown to light brown, except for Esau, Edom, and Moab and Ammon, who they were descendants of Lot, who committed incest with their father when Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. Outside of that, every other race.
Moab and Ammon are just as dark as you.
Yeah, well, no.
I've walked among them. I've been to the lands, man. And I'm telling you, in Thailand and Malaysia and Japan, they are just as dark as Negroes. Okay? There's a lot of really dark people up there.
Yes, all right. Pull it up.
Yeah, they had a boxing champion from Hammond. He was real dark skinned.
Yeah, so there's a lot of dark people up there. But the same thing is done. They're not promoted. They're not pushed. But if you're over there, you'll see them.
Hey, yeah,
Right.
this real quick. This is based off what the elders just said. They didn't just do this in one place. This is worldwide. They did it in China, Japan. They did it everywhere. Like, this is about what I mentioned earlier. It's called the right of abolitionism. I put the one somebody will see it. It said refers to a racist colonial policy of assimilation and biological absorption, which aim to eliminate indigenous identity through policies like forcible and intermarriage to breed out their color. This is Micah 2:1. Those women that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beards. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their head. They come in fields and take them by violence, and house take them away. They oppress the man in his house, even the man in his heritage. So this is part of Esau oppressing a person's heritage. They go into the lands, they do a lot of interracial breeding. All right, that's the whole American race.
Can I land back off you? This is First Maccabees 1, and I read down to 3. And it happened after Alexander, the son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chipre, had smitten Darius, the king of the Persian Medes, that he reigned in his stead, in his bloodline, in his sperm line, in his race. The first over Greece, because Greece was a chocolate, sparkly people, right? And made, yeah, there's too many relics to prove. And made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth and went through the ends of the earth, meaning all throughout Asia. It wasn't called Europe or the Middle East, but all throughout Asia and parts of Africa, okay? And took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, when he was exalted and his heart was lifted up. So he basically, that was just a line back on the scripture that St. Benjamin read, all right? Because what he did, when they went conquering, even though Esau is a great big old mo, he still was lighting it up and raping, raping the women, all right? And even the men, so the polygamy showed you that. Yes. He raped a couple, the man and the wife.
And the horse.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
And the horse. Right?
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Tie that horse down.
Damn. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Right. Damn, leave him there. Right. But yeah, that's what Esau was doing. And I keep saying, I'm going to have to go and find that book. I keep saying that. But I got a book at home that was given to me by a client many years ago. And it even goes into how the Grecians would literally rape men on the battlefield if they would die. Right? They would take a man would go down in battle, and if you happen to be laying on your, you go down and you laying down, they will come and lift your garments and hump you. Right? It's like damn, nigga, I'm dying. Can I just die? You already lost the war,
and but
this is what they would do. This is right now. This is what they were doing about. It's a part of their history, which goes into what we're talking about. All right, this is a shift. The lineage of evil. All right, Shalom, mighty man. The lineage of evil, the shameful spirit. Somebody get that happen. There's so much evidence coming out on them that they've successfully now taken away histories so that they can rewrite it and whitewash it, and and make like the natives just had a great big old Thanksgiving party and had a good time.
Come on in.
But all the pilgrims and the so-called white folks, and now we built up America. All right, and then the Negroes came over on the ships as indentured slaves and helped us. And now we're all just one people. Amen. That's the bullshit, right?
Over here.
So all the rape, robbery, so all the great, the robbery, the murder, the land theft, the identity theft, all that's being pushed to the back burner so that little Timothy can, can be feel good about his heritage and his history now.
I got scripture.
All right? Go ahead, bro.
This is Job 30:1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose father I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Don't even want among the animals. Didn't want to see anybody among the animals.
He would have done it.
Because the animal not safe.
And all those animals would have to be killed according to the law.
And that's why.
And I'm sorry, but Mr. Big's life is more valuable to me than it is.
Exactly.
And Mr. Big was in danger, and the Edomites in danger. I'm saying Mr.
Big, come on, bro.
I'm just saying.
You hear that, Mr. Biggs?
Right. So,
it's like, come on, Biggs, let's go.
Hey,
right.
So
hey, I sent somebody for you.
So it was
talking to the other person.
So it wasn't by accident that Samuel told Saul when he was supposed to go against that Amalekite, what? Slay everything.
Right.
Including the animals. Right.
Because how the fuck a sea turtle get hurt?
Why is that a problem? Why is that a thing?
Why is that even a thing? Exactly.
How is that even a thing, man? Well, sea turtles have herpes.
Brother, we seen videos in these videos saying that they bend over to these
dolphins,
dogs,
horses, dolphins, shit. This is Esau. That's their lineage. They're the basis of all creation.
You're right. In Europe, they got those brothels and they have those dogs, goats.
Goat prophets,
Yeah.
sheep prophets.
Damn.
I mean, yeah,
Damn.
if you search it, you can probably still find that picture if they haven't scrubbed it. It was of what do they call it? The bachelor party of Edomites that were at one of those sheep prophets. So right, so that was his. So we going to the sheep prophet. Yeah, said this brother get married. What? Yeah, so that's what they did. So you have the whole bridal party, the grooms and his men, they all at a sheep prophet.
That's crazy.
He saw this is promote that shit on HBO. They have like cartoons of clapping sheep. Breaking sheep.
Not cheeks, but sheep.
Yeah, so you know, and then you know, I done heard the Edomites tell the jokes how they take their legs and stick it in their boots, so they can't run.
What?
Yeah, they stick it in their boots. Yeah,
To even think of something.
because the animal naturally just want to like get the hell out of there. Right.
Oh,
Damn. Esau really be knocking boots. But this is a man that's in charge of the world.
Exactly.
This is a man that's claiming to be the people of the Lord.
This is man I said.
This is a man to be claiming to be a Christian. All right?
I had a quick one for you.
Bring it out, brother.
The Habakkuk 2:15. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also.
3:15 first, Papa.
Habakkuk 2:15, it says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
That's what Esau did, man.
They created black culture.
That's right. Yeah.
They and connected to that, you know, the whole, you know, the black gangster, the Hispanic gangster, all that is connected to a system that Esau Edom put in place. Right?
And they getting Esau made sure he got Jake, which is Negroes that Native American, especially Native American Indians, drunk, so they would get fucked up, and then they'll give them blankets of polio. They'll give them
Smallpox. Right.
Polio too.
Yeah.
Smallpox, polio, and all kind of shit. They put diseases in the shit and say, "Oh, you're cold. Here's a gift from me."
Chemical warfare.
Biological.
Yeah, they're using biological warfare even back then.
Come on, man. That's
They
Esau.
killed off the food supply. So this thing, this genocide that's happening in Western Asia is nothing.
Thank you.
Esau's going back to his old places. That's it, right? Okay, and Amalek, right? Ezekiel 36:5. You can't get around it. All right, it's something that they try to get around because all these Bible scholars, they talk about Ezekiel 35, Ezekiel 37, Ezekiel 38. They'll bring out all these scriptures, but never speak about Ezekiel 35.
Oh, gotta go around.
Right? There's nothing.
Gotta
Exactly. They don't even mention Ezekiel 36 chapter.
go around it.
Right? And I'm talking about these rabbis that be condemning Christians, but they won't touch Ezekiel 30, 35th chapter.
Hey,
That's like, you know, how's it?
hey, that's a major detour in the road. Construction is here. Go that way.
Right.
Nothing to see.
Go ahead, brother.
Verse 16 says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of your house right hand shall be turned unto thee. Shameful fumes shall be
Right, and shameful spewing should be upon that glory. And so, and that's what's happening. This is why they're going to lock down the internet, because everybody's putting it on blast. The whole world sees the genocide. Nobody's putting it. I just watched a video where they had one of the UN councils with all the nations there, and it was like, who's against it? And the only person to raise their hands was, no, it was America. They were against stopping, right? Everybody else was for it.
Yeah.
And so it was an Edomite woman who rose her hand. She was representing America. And they put the camera on the United States. All the other nations were not for it. So the whole world is not with this genocide that's happening in Western Asia. Absolutely.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16 in the NLT. It says, but soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. Come, drink, and be exposed. Drink from the cup of the Lord's judgment, and all your glory will be turned to shame.
So all that's not going to work because, I personally believe this is why they haven't implemented the micro-CDEP. Because they know that once they do that, they're literally holding back. They're trying to do everything to avoid this third world war by posturing forward. They're still trying to avoid war. You got a room full of opposition. All right? It's just a matter of time before somebody steals somebody and they turn into a big ass.
It's the most that's being taken as his prophecy. It says how that the Lord of hosts must be battle.
And he's tiptoeing. I think Esau he was tiptoeing. But eventually, the Lord he's gonna make something happen. He's gonna force them into a song. He's gonna put hooks in their jaws. He's gonna force the situation where they can't avoid it. And it keeps getting closer, and closer. Russia's entered into NATO airspace just the other day. And now they're like, what are you going to do about it? Now America kind of got quiet. So they don't got quiet. They didn't want to retaliate. Because they really don't want this. They talk this shit like they can talk. But they don't want this.
He wants to control the religion. He wants to control the home. He wants to control every aspect of his establishment of the so-called NWO.
And that's what he did. The demons have been lying. So the demons are helping them. Because the average Edomite, I did a video on that the other day. That Psalm 73 there's not a covering on Esau. Esau's getting caught up. He's going to jail. He's getting in trouble. He's got to pay bills now. But he don't like it.
Right.
Last week, that Poland follows Russian drones that Russia denied, and then Poland asked for Article 4, which is when they meet to decide whether to take action, because Article 5 of NATO is when they actually have to act on it. So it was in the last week that Poland, like the elder said, he's a tiger. He growls, but they don't really want that. They're not prepared for it. All right, they know these Russians are very prepared. All right, CNN, right? CNN, which is your cable news network, has already told you about the capacity of the same two of these different missiles that have the capacity to America from Russia, man, being launched from Russia. Okay, so like Bill said, now that Esau is just like trying to prepare as he's telling you that there isn't going to be war while he has his knife out. All right, but like Matthew, Mark, where it says a house divided, and it says
this 3 and 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end.
Hey, for a while, that NATO, that pact, it was good. Now all this division, what? Now they can't collectively rule because now they're butting heads now. All right. Guess what? It says the Lord won't enter the strong man's house. Say he tied him up first.
Yep. It says, verse 27, no man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house.
Amen. So this man, that strong man's gonna get that's that devil. And that's why we need to how much we can't take it down.
It says, this is in Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. So they're going to fight each other, city against city, Democrat versus Republican, MAGA versus MAGA, all right? America versus Canada. So these Edomites are getting ready to go to war with each other. They literally about to kill each other, and they ain't gonna have no problems slaying you niggas when y'all in the way. All right, y'all just gonna be right.
makes sense.
As a matter of fact, they might stop fighting each other just when they see a bunch of niggas' face on the right.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute.
Time out. Right.
And that
Word.
goes into Second Timothy, the 14th chapter. I mean, the 15th chapter. I'm just going to right there. But it says, verse 16, that there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And man should desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. It's going to be mano y mano. It's not going to be so-called white versus just black or just Mexican versus Puerto Rico, but it's going to be everybody. It's everybody. Black on black, white on white, white on Mexican, Mexican on black, black on black. It's going to be all. It's going to be a WWF. Everybody are free for fucking all.
Right. And then these people have always been divided. I have so many books on the subject matter in the earlier part of the 19th century. And this is a book, this beloved Elder Pro ICR said this to me earlier. And this is so heavy. There's 17 of them. This is the pages from the book, but I just screenshotted 8 of them. And I'd like to read these and share the scriptures that are coming. But it's a book that was done by Henry Ford in 1920.
Oh,
And Henry Ford was completely against Henry Ford, the Ford Motor Company, supported the Nazis. And he was against the JH.
Okay.
All right. And so I'm going to read why. This is sort of, you're not going to get taught this. JS got control of all the executives, and they made sure information like this got buried. Right? But this is called JS Activities in the United States, Volume 2, the International J. Right? A second selection of articles from the Dearborn Independent. You need to hear this, bro. By Henry Ford, published by the Dearborn Publishing Company, Dearborn, Michigan. All right? Contents. All right? So it's got all these chapters. It said, and I'm gonna just read. What it says. How the Jays in the U.S. concealed their strength.
Oh.
Right? That's page 7, page 19. Jay's testimonies on how Jays are Jays a nation? They're not. They're part of the Edomite nation. That was page 19. Page 31. Jays versus the non-Jay in New York finance. Page 31. Right? The high and the low of JS money power. Page 23. This rating of America.
No.
It's a word. This has been around a while.
Right.
A J of superpower. Page 55. The scope of JS dictatorship in the U.S. Page 67. JS Copper Kings reap rich war profits. 77. JS control of American theater. 89.
That's
The rise of the first JS Theatrical Trust. Page 100. How Jays capitalized on protests against Jays. Page 108. The Jays aspect of the movie problem. Page 117. Jays supremacy in motion picture movement. 127. Cancel couch. You know, that's why certain people get canceled if you say certain things. Right? Okay, so it says rule of the Jays Kalia grips New York, page 137. The J-ish demand on rights in America, 149.
wow.
Islamian.
Right.
Okay. J.S. rights class with American rights, 161. Americans who no longer have rights. Right? Many of your states, I think 38 of them, you know, have to support the J-ish or they can't get any funding for any catastrophes that might happen, right, in their state. Exactly.
You go to Black Rock, they're going Israeli stock market. Everything is about shit way above what you think you know. America's full of shit. They're only a patsy, they're only a front, according to behind the powers that be there. Matter of fact, see, in the old say, can you see? It says, you pledge allegiance to the flag and to the.
Not anymore, because they got the James flag. In case you didn't know, they fly in the classroom, starting at Beverly Hills. Let me finish this, bro. Yeah, yeah. I'm not kidding. They got flags now that have their star in with the American flag.
Oh
Right?
shit!
Says, the J's rights to put studies out of schools. 174. What studies? Okay. This rating, British Premier portrays the Jays 186. Taft once tried to resist the Jays in 197. When editors were independent of James to Taylor, we know that's not the case anymore. Right? They control 100% the right? Why the Jays dislike Montague, the Montague Report, 220. The Jays use peace proffers to bind Poland, 232. The presidency of the Jays, Washington, 244. And it just goes on, and let me read this one now. That's enough. It said the distinctive character of the Jay does not arise solely from his religion. It is true that his race and religion are discipline connected, but whatever be the cause of the junction of the race idea with religion, it's very certain that the religion alone does not constitute the people. A believer in the Jayish faith does not, by reason of that fact, become a Jay.
Damn.
On the other hand, however, a Jay by birth remains a Jay, even though he abjures his religion. Leo N. Levy, president of the Nine Breath, 1900 to 1904. So, look, Ruki was wrong. All right, it's a religion. It's not a race. They ain't a race. Okay, and I've heard too many rabbis quote those words. Right? It tells you right here in the 19 Encyclopedia 1971, volume 10 and 20, the Edomite Jays began to call themselves Hebrews and Israelites in 1860. That's their own source from the Jewish 1925 Jewish Encyclopedia. Esau Edom is modern Jewry, volume 5, page 41. They are not Israel or Judah, and so the world knows this. So to keep up all these pretenses, you're just your heritage, your identity. An identity does a big crime, right? But America has been hijacked and reigned, and that's probably more than likely why they killed Uncle Charlie, right? Because Uncle Charlie spoke against. Uncle Charlie wanted to bring out the Epstein files, and that's a no-no because the Epstein files will contain all the blackmail evidence, how and why the lobby, why the J-ish have so much power over you Americans, why everything is being taken, why their citizens get free school, free medical, right? Up to 30-some thousand in welfare, while Americans over here struggling, homeless. They're not taking care of the veterans, but the IDF veterans are being taken care of, right? Even the ones that are retired. Okay, so you're paying, and on top of the billions you give them for weapons, so they can keep starting all these wars with all these other nations that your dumb asses have to pay for. Home of the bend over and take it. Right. You're not the home of the braves. You're the home of the get on your knees and bend over. That's what the fuck you are, America.
Kiss the rain.
Right? Kiss the rain. Bow down. And Yahoo, walks in the room, they start playing West Coast Connection. Right.
Isaiah 10:1, it says, "Woe unto them that the free unrighteously breathe, and by breathing is they have prescribed, turn aside the east from judgment, and protect the right from the poor, evil. Yeah, the widow may be their prey, but they will not follow. The earth is open because most of the poor is there, most of the poor is protect the right from us, because they bullshit. But all of them I got one real quick. It's Wisdom of Solomon 2:10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor raise the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice, but that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
You know what? Did I land back, brother? Check this out. This is Sirach 13:3. The rich man have done wrong, yet he threatened with all. The poor man is wrong, and he must entreat also. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear, and will not be sorry. So he'll use the fuck out of you. All right, and misuse you and do you wrong, and not give it.
This is scathing. This is scathing.
Bring it out, brother.
Yeah, because Kanasla found it.
I put in our Israelis, the Israelites of the Bible. It says
Is
no.
this AI?
This is AI.
So AI has continued to say that. The world knows it, man.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you crackers and you damn with so-called Christian? Oh, but you know what it is? It's because it's to defend Edomite superiority. That's what it comes down to. All right? Go ahead, brother.
It says, I put in our Israelis, the Israelites of the Bible, and it says, no, Israelis are not the same as biblical Israelites. And that was just highlighted right there.
Right.
So,
Keep reading.
oh, keep reading. All right. It says, though there is a direct
Screenshot that and put it in English. Listen, so everybody can have it.
It says, though there is a direct lineage, Israeli is a national citizenship for the modern state of Israel.
So you know what? Let me read those again, and then you continue. Esau Edom is modern Jewry, 1925 Jewish Encyclopedia.
Damn.
Volume 5, page 41. They are not Israel or Judah. The Edomites began to call themselves Hebrews and Israelites in 1860.
Construct.
Encyclopedia Judaica, 1971, volume 10, 23.
It says,
You can't erase it.
it says the
Go ahead, read.
it says though there is a direct lineage, Israeli is a national citizenship for the modern state of Israel, which
For the modern what?
it says modern state of Israel,
Oh, so those people were there now. This is what this is pertaining to. Go ahead.
which includes many ethnic and religious groups, while Israelite refers to the ancient people who descended from Jacob and are described in the Bible. Modern Israelis are not the sole descendants of the ancient Israelites.
They're not the descendants at all. They're related to them through, but they're not the people.
Right.
Because they are the sons and daughters of Jacob's brother. So the truth be said, that's the craziest thing if you think about it. The Negro, Latino, Native American, our biggest enemy is our closest relative on this planet.
Right.
That's the sad part. The Edomites, the so-called white man, is literally our brother. They are our people, but look what they do. They're the evil twin. There it is. They're wicked.
Clean contrary.
Okay.
When the Lord said clean contrary, that's mean 100% opposite. We're for righteousness, they're for wickedness. For this, that's in the righteous way, they're there.
And they have no problem murdering and mistreating their own brother. None whatsoever.
Let them finish this.
It says, who were a single tribal confederation during biblical times, and the term Israelite is now considered obsolete.
Oh,
What's the replacement?
I've got a scripture for that. This is
Obsolete now.
Ecclesiastes.
Send that to my other phone.
Ecclesiastes 4:16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vexation, vanity and vexation of spirit. So scripture says there's no end of people. So how you gonna obsolete the people when it says there's no end of people?
Yeah, within Christianism, the false religion of Christianism, that go along, they very comfortably taught that lie that the Edomites were done away with without any receipts and evidence, right? And there's no right. Just off. It's just like this imaginary land bridge that is supposed to be getting.
Right.
That has when you have millions and millions of people came across, but yet there's no bones, no evidence, nothing. So old people, pregnant women, little children.
All came across.
They supposedly crossed over the ice age. Niggas can barely make this shit out.
Brother, the strait that they supposedly crossed, right, is 53 miles. 53 miles.
Walking.
30, 40 below zero. With God knows how 100 mile per hour winds. With nothing to eat. Probably getting hunted by fucking wolves and fucking how are millions of people going to get there? And so it would be body after it would be
Motherfuckers dying. Exactly.
Nothing. It would be thousands of bones, relics, tools.
We ain't never seen it.
We ain't never even seen it.
That's why Revelation, it's like 12 proves that the Romans are the whole city. Right? They're the whole city. They're not the So he told you from the continent something.
He told you you're from Asia.
Right.
And you are.
Then he gave you a lie on how you got here. So you don't know you got.
Right.
The Moses again.
In the Christian Columbus movie, it tells you how you got here because you asterisk as a reference.
He even talked about them coming down around now. Just like the Bible says.
I wish I could remember the name of it. It's a website that blows. And the current, it would bring them around their home.
Right.
There's an actual website.
Yeah.
I wish I remember the fucking name of it. And I've been trying to remember it for years.
Well, and I know what you're talking about, brother.
It brings them down their home.
And it takes you right over to Brazil and to the islands there because there's a similar current that leads Japan that will bring you right to the west coast of America. If you got on the boat with no control, all right,
Just to sail.
in about 30 to 35 days, in a month's time, you'll end up on the west coast. And it'll be either in Oregon or California.
And that mirrors the second 13th chapter when it says these waters come over.
There it is.
Lord, there's one. So I've seen pictures of ocean waters and like if you don't got the power you're not there. The Lord had to stay the floods for them to come over. The Lord did that. The Lord had them on the other side from what they did to when he opened it up. And then in the times of Hiram and the Navy of Solomon to coming over here. The Lord said all that. Esau's technology, Esau's recounting is all just, like you said, futile. He just makes shit, pull shit up and make it up out of his ass. It's no real, there's no truth. It's not backed up with any facts, any evidences or anything. Especially in science.
So he loved playing with numbers too.
Theories.
Well, you know what, 12%, 13%. No, 90%. He just comes up with numbers, man. This thing, what really be going is what you can't see on camera. This nigga rolling the dice. And whatever the number pop up, 70%.
The earth wasn't like a beautiful thing. What? You know what the earth was? Because it took this nigga from they just put the earth on the field, it weighed about 1 billion pounds.
Absolutely.
Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. The same people that you made obsolete. And God already said what he said. Right? History says what it says. So I'm going to change it. You know we Israelites. Because the scriptures say we will forget and lose everything. Apparently, y'all just remember y'all was Israelis, right? Okay.
That's not scripture.
It's not.
All right, and then read that again.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Part of that counsel is the suicides. All right, somebody get First Timothy, and then you got to get that First Timothy 6 and 12. That was part of that counsel, man. Just coming up with this fake, false science and fake numbers. You know, like I said, he's on camera. He rolled the dice, whatever, just to continue his conversation in an interview. Whatever number rolled up, he just spewed that shit out.
There's a show, and I recommend us watching, called Evidence and Evidence. Exodus. And it goes into the Exodus, right? And it shows the time of the scriptures. And people talk about, of course, the Exodus says the city of Ramses. But it only calls the city of Ramses because this is somebody giving you sort of come with the back. Like when you read Judges, it calls the land Jerusalem, Jerusalem, even though it wasn't called Jerusalem. Yeah. So when they say city of Ramses, Esau really said, well, this happened to us had a Ramses. Now, because evidence goes to the history, they give an accurate account of what it really happened. And they said the reason why Esau hasn't changed it because they have to think they were wrong. So people
That
go.
makes sense.
So people go to this book, the Bible, and say it happened to a man X, Y, Z. They know that when it happened, but they won't change it publicly because now they got to say it's wrong. It's a wrong way to do it. Great evidence.
Cut. Did you do a lesson on that? Did you do a lesson on it yet?
Long time.
Okay, I might have to watch the lesson. That's right up my alley.
Yeah, that's why I'm out.
Go ahead. Look, 1 Timothy chapter 6 and 20. It says, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. Avoid profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so-called.
Yeah, pseudoscience. So they just make up shit, and then they label it science, and then foolish, unlearned, and unspiritual people. These kids, just like for example, this is out now. Ain't no more hiding, man. Let me see if I have it. Yeah, there might be an info. I can't go to verbatim. Oh, I do have it. All right. Horrifying new study. This was a podcast. This was the series. And if I had to record it, I'd play it. I probably do have it. But it says, when he says, a horrifying new study finds that the seed vid shots have now killed more Americans than World War I, World War II, and Vietnam combined.
Damn.
The people are still dying from that shit. Not the seed thing, but the injection. All right? And yet they still want to try to control and push. They still trying to push that shit. You notice they've been kind of quiet about it lately. I think it's because of this study. I haven't heard as much,
Right.
But for anybody to fix their lips and suggest that anybody should take this sort of evidence out there now. It says Pfizer alone likely unalive. All right? And so this was broadcast live on Joe Rogan's. And it has all the numbers and all that.
Got the receipts.
So it's not this is not something that I just came up with. But his tongue is falling upon himself, man. You're a hater of science. You're un-American. Misinformation.
Oh yeah, I had a bunch of those.
Delete your video, strike you, all that. And the truth of the matter is that the people in power are the ones who put up this information. It's called propaganda. All right. Go ahead.
Psalms 83 and 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, which they did. My word is now. Next to the promises. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. The actual name, Yahshua Allah, is really known amongst us. It ain't a worldwide known name.
Yeah, I didn't even know the phrase Israelites. I think it's
Oh, you know what? Here's that flag. I just found it. BB gave a speech to the 250 Americans that went over there and bent over and took the knee. But it's called. It says this is real. Keep an eye out for the logo on the far left. All right, and it's showing you that flag. And it says the 50 states, one Israel, and it's combined their flag with the United States flag.
No
They're not
shit.
even pretending anymore. 250 American lawmakers traveled to Israel, 50 states, one Israel event. All right, all lobbyists that went over there, they, and got on their knees and bent over.
But what about all these Americans upset that they're flying another country's flag? Like when they can see the Mexicans and the Palestinians, how dare you wave another non-American flag in America? Meanwhile, in these courthouses, in the Senate, in the White House, you have like you said, the ISIS flag all over everything.
most Christians, American Christians, a lot of them, I should say, believe that the J-ish
About half
are
of them. About half of them, and they have a fault in that doctrine that they must support them, even though we know that they're unethical and they do things wrong.
Oh
They still have to
shit.
support them. No, it's all about white superiority. They know that those are not the people.
Yeah, only really the young Edomites really are the main ones. This is the only ones. They really the only ones that's mad about that shit.
But no, look, what's his name? Ford and all them Christians from that era.
Well, yeah,
They knew. I mean, so
I got
so believe me, it's about half and half. All them Bible Belt, I won't say all of them, but a good portion of them good old boy
Other
Bible Belt,
thumpers.
they ain't with the J-ish. And then you got the ones that do. So they divided. Esau is divided. But you got, and then the rabbis are constantly shitting on Christianity. Constantly.
Henry Ford apologized. He got him with lawsuits and shit. So eventually, over a period of time, all these Edomites bowed. These new Edomites,
He didn't get it because enough people didn't stand with him.
right?
And we know it's prophecy. Amalek had to get to their position.
Right.
No,
You know?
Yes.
We was talking about the Christians.
Oh yeah, they it's the young Edomites. They really get tough. These older ones like even Charlie, whatever. Charlie Picture. All right, that nigga was calling them Catholic support. He defended that shit at one point. All the Palestinians that got involved with this, that these are called Catholic support.
Big boy. Don't lean back on
They
that.
realize
Don't lean
that
back on that. That's
J-ish
that-
are
that
the
will-
most
that will
fucking precious
buckle on.
country. That was
That's
Henry
it.
Ford's whole point. I had to put up the
change chairs with that.
Come.
one of the things Henry Ford
Give my
did,
son that chair.
AI,
Take this one.
AI summarized some of Henry Ford's shit.
No.
This is one of them.
Pass it this way. Pass it this way. He just need a chair to sit down.
This Henry Ford, he said,
Hold that for a second.
he said he blamed the Jays for society's problem in his writings and statements.
Or
Ford
you,
accused
or you
Jays
go
of
backwards
causing
into the
minor-
piano
Try
and
to pull that
everything.
video up, I posted the Bishop room. It's going to come out of Paul Hayden's mouth, a famous Jayish manager for wrestlers. All right, it says in his writings and statements, Ford accused Jays of causing a wide array of societal problems, including financial hardships, wars, and moral decline. For example, he blamed J.H. financiers for starting World War I for their own profit. Now, if you watch the old Rothschild movie, it shows how during Napoleon, they funded both sides of Napoleon and France, and then even lied to say, oh, Napoleon got the advantage. So the stocks would drop. They could get,
That's how they got wealthy.
not even the stocks, just so, and it's like Frank's gonna fall so they can buy more of French interest and then go to France one, they go to shit cheap. And then they shit rise back up. You gotta understand Napoleon got exiled, came out of exile, but got right back to war. How did he get funded for this? And then out of that, the Louisiana Purchase happened because Napoleon was the nigga that owned the land, the French nigga that owned the land here in America. So when he was going through it, the Louisiana Purchase happened. Who funded it? Who do you think did this? That's why the Bible calls America Babylon the beauty of the Chaldees. The Chaldees were the wise men of ancient Babylon. All right, America was set up by the modern day Chaldeans. That's why the White House, when you look at George Washington and he's on top of the Mason pattern, this shit was set up to be what it is. This thing just happened. It was always set up to be like this. All right? That rich Abraham Edomites was the ones that puppet this damn place. All right? And Paul Heyman even confirms this, man. So Henry Ford, just like the very famous Austrian painter with the weird mustache, said that the Jays are the problem with society. They brought all the debauchery. The first building that man attacked back during the WW2 was the building for transgenders, homosexuals. All right? And look how this shit advanced now. He said it. And now look, they every fucking way. All these, you can be a fucking 12-year-old bitch, your dick turned into the inside-out shotgun on Buzz Bunny put a carry in there. Explode. Now you can get your dick inverted. This shit weird. Who set this up? The Jays, man.
Wow.
You like that video on there? In the Bishop's room? Yeah, it's loud. They're playing that's the Galaxy, man. That shit weak.
No, you know, send it to my phone.
I'll send it to my phone. Let me show you.
Let me show you what a real phone look like.
I have to turn mine
That's
down.
as loud as it gets.
Yeah, it's not a
Mine
Galaxy.
gets loud.
That's why I know it ain't Galaxy.
No, it ain't a Galaxy. It's a W.
Turn the fan off. Mine gets loud.
Oh, that's that iPhone joint. Oh, dang.
It's the fan on the AC.
Turn the fan off.
Yeah, get your Galaxy Elder. Yeah.
Everybody talk, everybody can hear it.
Send it to me, bro.
And I'm sure you see me. I'm trying to get this, but let's go for acting fool right now.
Yeah, my phone definitely is loud.
Oh, yeah.
It's the.
Go ahead, play it. I still send it to me because I might use it later.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Is that the one who said? Did you send?
Man, I sent his phone.
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
Which one is that? The one who read it?
Yeah.
All right. Because I got the
The
I
Galaxy.
did ask you to pull up 10 minutes.
Okay.
I've been trying.
You got the Galaxy computer? Go ahead.
Oh, snap.
It's also.
I'm pretty sure that's a MacBook you got.
It is a MacBook.
Yeah, the Michael Jordan MacBook. Okay.
But it's connected to a Galaxy speaker.
I'm done.
Stop.
Wow, just a statement, man. It's heavy.
We'll read this while this is fucking.
Why you doing that, little part?
A Galaxy speaker. That's some rumor shit, man.
Yeah, this video is something that loud. This is about the same on
The
my.
best generation.
Normally, this phone gets ridiculously loud. Yeah, you know my phone way louder than this. The video is just low.
I said the video was low, but nobody wanted to listen because my phone is the loudest.
And then this is not working.
No, it just came.
You ain't got no speakers.
Use a Rala.
No, it's a low recording because my phone gets
But
ridiculously
my
loud.
phone was louder than yours, though.
It was.
Even on the low recording.
It was.
iPhone 16 for the win.
I must be a LeBron phone.
Respect. Ah!
Why you get him started?
We continue.
Go ahead,
That's
bro.
it,
We
right.
want to hear it.
This is bullshit.
This is just buffering.
Yeah.
I'm a
Could you
Jew,
turn it up?
and my people, we're not hunters.
Oh, we got
He
it.
got it. He got it.
You know, I mean, right? You see, the whole crew's laughing now about that.
Start it up. Let me start it up.
That's- okay, now let's hear it.
Because it's the buffer. I don't know.
Especially the guy over there who's Jewish, because he knows. Because he knows, like, I can't kill the thing, but I can make you a nice lapel out of it.
Anybody on it?
It was already loud, brother. Just let it play.
diamonds as well. How y'all in, as you would say, diamonds, furs, movie business? What's the deal here? I'll believe. What? 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 My people. My people. Yeah. Well, we own everything. I know. How is that? Well, because we're the smart people. We're the Jews. You know, we screwed up in the Middle East. You know, I mean, we did. I mean, I can speak about this because we're supposed to be the chosen people, and here here we picked the only piece of land in the Middle East that has no oil on it. Everything we have is sand and the Mediterranean Sea, which for generations people have been trying to push us out into. You know, every Jewish holiday is the same thing. They tried to kill us and we're still alive. So, I mean, you know. Hey, I got to ask you. So hunting's kind of out of the question for us. You got an open invite anytime you want to come down. In case anybody in the WWE Network has always wanted to know that, Jewish history is told by Paul Heyman. You've now been educated about as far as I'm willing to take you. But let me
So he's not going to tell you much more, but he did tell you that the Jays own everything. They control the media. He did say that.
It also proves that they're not the real Jays because the land don't yield its increase to them. Right? He said
they're not fitting the prophecy. They're fitting the prophecy of Ezekiel 36 chapter. Matter of fact, we can go ahead and get that and get ready to wrap it because we did pretty much nailed it. Yeah.
I have one real quick for you.
Bring it out, brother. If you any brother got anything, bring it out. We're going to finish with that Ezekiel 36 chapter. The chapter that they love to avoid.
This Proverbs 29:16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall.
And that's what's happening, man. We're seeing that fall, man. Here's the reason why they're so desperate to pass all these laws to shut everybody up and quiet and silence everyone. Because it's not just the Israelites, it's not just the Hebrews that are coming against them now. The whole world is. All nations are pointing the finger at them. They're being narrowly looked at. All right.
See what happened in the UN? They judged that the Israelis were guilty of genocide.
Oh yeah, unanimously.
Yep.
All right, and what is the World Forum? No, not the World Forum, but I forget the name of that court now. International, whatever it is.
IJ something.
They got found to be guilty of crimes against humanity. And matter of fact, BB Benjamin Nadaje is Milkowski. Yeah, he's a wanted criminal now. Just like your president is a real ninja now because he's like 34 convictions or some shit.
Yeah, straight felon. Straight felon.
So he rolling down the street and hit 6'4". But
Ezekiel 36.
Anybody got another scripture?
I have a quick one.
Bring it out, bro.
This is Micah 2:1. It says,
32
woe.
and 35.
It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work of evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because they're in the power of their hand. Like y'all been saying, they've been doing all of this wickedness and setting it up. And now it's backfiring on them because everybody's starting to see who the evil is and who the wicked.
Well, that the scriptures are coming to pass, man. That Jeremiah 49 on their ass. They exposed. They skirt lifting, their little meat is out.
Damn.
He been lying about what he was packing. And somebody called his bluff. So there you go, man. Go ahead, brother.
So this is Ezekiel.
Go ahead, brother.
Ezekiel 36 and 32. It says, "Not for your sakes do I this, saith the Lord power. Be it known unto you. Be ashamed and confounded for your own ways, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord power. In the day that I shall have cleansed you from all your iniquities, I will also cause you to dwell in the cities, and the wastes shall be built, and the desolate land shall be tilled, whereas it lay desolate."
What are you reading?
Ezekiel 36.
Okay, come.
And you said start at 32.
No, 2 and 5.
Oh, okay. So Ezekiel 36.
Verse 2.
Chapter 36. Verse 2. This is verse 2. It says, "Thus saith the Lord power, because the enemy hath said against you, Aha, even the ancient high places are in our possession. Therefore, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord power, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are an infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord power. Thus saith the Lord power to the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers, and to the valleys, and to the desolate wastes, and to the cities that are wicked, which are become prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. Thus,
So fuck Palestine too, man.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's actually, the scriptures clearly say, if there's death in the city, roughly paraphrased, had the Lord not done it, people forget about the Arab slave trade.
Yeah.
And Israel had a big role in that.
Yeah.
So there it is.
I just saw an article showing the abid, which goes back to the Hebrew word ibad, which goes back to slave, that they have a whole section of Palestine right now that still got a whole bunch of slave descendants that the Jake over there in Palestine, and so fuck all the motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fighting over our land.
Exactly.
Shit.
Verse 5.
Assholes.
It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for prey.
So like it, and all Idumea is guilty of this, even though it's just Amalek that's within the land. All the Idumeans came together to make this happen.
Partakers.
Right, after World War II, y'all made sure they was able to get that land.
They're all guilty.
All right, y'all, especially America, and even his allies at one point, y'all helped get weaponry to this people. Y'all established them as this land. All right, so y'all in this shit with them. If Israel go to war, y'all gonna go to war with them. Y'all backing them, getting Jerusalem and making this land expand.
And now
Trump double down on it.
Now they gonna get slaughtered with them. Is there some more to that? Oh,
No, that was
okay. So let me one more precept, man. 2 Ezra 6:18. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and visit them that dwell on the earth. And I will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. So our affliction is over, and the Lord is about to put a hurt on Amalek and the rest of Idumea.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hallelujah.
So with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash,
Kwam Yasharala,
Kwam Yasharala,
Abba Babal.
Abba Babal.
Sure.
I'm just hellgating.
Gabariala? Yes, Yakia.
Number 6 and 18.
And then you
I might want to let it taste.
right, that was a W.